Hi, welcome to Psychology 100's first online lesson for fall 2014. Today we're going to cover drugs, their effects on human behavior, the way people use them, their safety, and various aspects of drugs, behavior, and society. In the following lesson you will be presented with a series of video and audio clips and a few articles to read. Please follow along sequentially, read them all, and then complete the short quiz at the end of the lesson, which will serve as today's clicker points. There's also a discussion forum linked at the end of the lesson for you to discuss any topics you feel like with your other students or with your instructional staff. You may be surprised to learn that our legal classification of drugs doesn't reflect scientific status of how harmful those drugs are or how dangerous they are to the users. This table, taken from data from the United Kingdom, showed drugs grouped by color according to their legal class. A in the United States is called Schedule 1, B is Schedule 2, and C is Schedule 3, and these are various degrees of severity for legal punishments if you're caught using the drugs. On the y-axis here, though, the vertical scale is a subjective rating of how harmful these drugs actually are to the user. And you can see the color coding doesn't match the scaling of the harm that these drugs actually do. Because of this mismatch in public policy and the drug science, it turns out that we have to examine why some drugs are illegal and why they're not from a historical and political perspective. And because the cost to society in terms of the number of people incarcerated and the punishments given to drug users who may or may not be suffering from psychological illness, it's important for us to consider the policy implications of drugs as aside from a strictly psychological topic of who uses them, how does it affect them, and why.
This graph shows some of the relevant data from the U.S. in 2013. The small letters on the bar graph, A, B, C, D, E, represent different crimes. A is fraud, B is petty larceny, etc. E, that huge bar, those are drug offenders. And so drug offenders make up the majority of people in prison.
So please follow along with the next few videos, and be sure to make some comments at the end through the discussion forum. We'll see you in class next week.